Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon.
Do you want to see me? Okay. So while waiting for the others, please prepare your Inside Out 5 class book. Class book only, no need to get your workbook. We will have like quick review because next week we will have our word wall quiz. Okay. So P5, it's the environment. Turn on your cameras so that I can see you. Don't be shy. Yeah, this one, teacher. So this. I Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm speaking, but okay.
Yeah.
So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So our topic is the environment, right?
Yes. Yes.
Open your book on
Yes.
page 2. So living things in the environment. If we say environment, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? What is the first thing?
Plants.
Plants. What else? No.
Water.
Don't look at the picture here. I'm asking
Animals.
you by your like you're thinking. What is the first thing, or what was the first thing that comes to your mind when you are heard the word environment?
Plant.
Plant.
Plants. What else?
Animals. Animals.
Animals.
Water.
Water. What else?
Temperature.
Temperature. What else? Because it has, it has different kinds of environment. Okay. So what is the meaning of environment? It is the surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. So every living thing in the world is surrounded by the environment. So even inside your room, that is your environment. Okay, and then every living thing has its own shelter. Natural environment encompasses all living and non-living things occurring naturally, living naturally. So what is an environment made of? It has 5. We have the air, light, water, soil, and temperature. All right. So what is air? What is air? Who wants to read?
Air is living things need air to stay alive. Plants and animals need to take in oxygen from the air for respiration.
Respiration.
Plants need carbon dioxide to carry out photosynthesis.
Okay. So all living things need air to stay alive, like us humans. We need air so that we can breathe. Same like the animals. They need air so that they can breathe. While the plants, they don't need oxygen. They need what?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
They need carbon dioxide for them to breathe. And then in exchange, the plants will give what?
Oxygen.
Okay.
Oxygen.
Good. So that is the vice versa. Plants give oxygen, humans give carbon dioxide. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. And then after that, plants carry out the photosynthesis. What is that photosynthesis? By giving what? Giving oxygen. Okay. So light, what is the meaning of light?
Sun is the source of light. Plant needs sunlight to carry out photosynthesis.
Okay, so sun is the main source of light in our environment. If we don't have light, do you think it's easy to be alive or to move?
No,
No, why?
because can't see environment.
Okay, we cannot see our environment. We cannot see our surroundings if we don't have light. And then again, plants need sunlight to carry out the photosynthesis. Water. Please read.
Plants and animals need water for
Respiration.
respiration. Plants also need water
To carry out photosynthesis. Okay, so water and plants and animals and humans need water, but plants and animals need water for respiration. If you look at this picture, what is this? It's the water, right? So every living thing needs water. But here, if you look at this cactus, cactus can live even without water for a very, very long time. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why they can live even very long time without water? Do you have any idea?
Because they eat water little bit and I don't know, teacher.
It's all right. Okay. Because cactus, they can store water inside their body. Understand? And the roots of cactus will like goes very deep until it touches the water. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, some animals need water for what? So that they can what? They can
Please.
Respiration.
for respiration. Just like this. They cannot breathe if they are out of water. Soil. Please read soil.
Can get water and nutrients from the soil. Soil have different properties which affect the type of plant that can go well in them.
Okay, so plants get water and nutrients from the soil. And then soil have different properties. It has like 3 types of soil. We have the sandy soil, the loamy soil, and then the clay soil. So in each or different plant, they can grow in different soil also. Okay, just like coconut tree. Coconut tree can grow where? In which type of soil? Is it sandy, loamy, or clay soil?
Sandy.
The sandy soil. That's
Sandy.
why if you go to the beach, you can see a lot of coconut trees, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But in some plants, like the fruit plants, they have to stay in the loamy soil because they need a lot of nutrients. Next is the temperature. Please read. Who can read?
Temperature is many plants and animals cannot survive in extreme temperatures. The temperature of a place depends on the amount of sun's rays that reaches the place.
Good. So many plants cannot live in extreme temperatures. Why? Because it can be too hot or too cold. If it's too hot, some animals, they move to the other place because they cannot live. Just like here in Thailand, as you can see, it has a lot of birds, right? A lot of pigeons in Thailand. But then, if you go out sometimes, you can see dead birds or dead pigeons. Why? Because Thailand has extreme temperature or has extreme hot or extreme, it's, what's that? What's the- what's that? The fat boy, what's his name? Right one. Okay. And then also, like, what's the, in the North Pole? North Pole and South Pole has cold temperature. Do you think some animals from the hot temperature or hot region can live in cold region?
No.
No,
No.
because they have different temperatures, just like the polar bear. Do you think the polar bear can move to the hot temperature?
No.
No.
Oh, how about the penguins?
Low
No.
temperature.
No.
How about ostrich? Can ostrich live in the cold temperatures?
No.
Oh,
No.
Oh.
that's why it depends. Okay. And then the temperature depends also on the amount of the sun's rays that reaches the place. Light, finish. Okay, characteristics of environment. Number 1.
A living thing
Interacts.
interact with other living things. It
It
is
environment.
environment.
Okay. So it interacts. How do they interact? How do they interact? By playing, by touching each other. Just like this, these penguins, what are they doing? They're jumping.
They're jumping.
Yes, they are like playing. Same also like these pandas. They are playing. That's how they interact with each other. Number 2, please read.
A living thing depend on other living thing for food.
Okay. So here, it will go like the prey and predator relationship. Can you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, what
Yes.
is prey? Prey is the,
Prey is food
There
of
is
predator.
okay, the food of the predator. So in this video, which one is the prey and which one is the predator?
Bear is
there
predator
is predator, feed
and
is
fish is
prey.
prey.
Okay, very good. So bear is the predator while the fish is the prey. Always remember that predator, always the one on top of the food chain. All right? Because no one can eat them. Do you think any animals can beat bear? No, right? Just like this. Uh, the deer has been eaten by the lions. Next, on street. It's
A
happening.
living thing depend on another living thing for food and shelter.
Okay, so living thing depends on another living thing for the food and shelter. Just like this monkey. The monkey is using the tree for shelter. Same here. The coral is used by the fish to become their shelter. And they can get food here also. Number 4, who wants to read?
Living things compete with other living things for food and shelter.
Okay, just like here in this picture, it has the lion, it has the hyena, and then it has a dead animal here, right? So the lions and then hyenas are competing or fighting with each other for them to live, for them to get the food and shelter. 5, living things.
Living thing depend on other living thing to reproduce.
Okay, here in this video, the bee helps the plant to reproduce. How? By the pollination, right? So the bee will move to the male flower and then move to the other flower, which is a female flower. And then after that, the bee helps the pollination to get the another flower to become fertilized. And then after that, if the flower has been fertilized, it will make another plant by the dispersal. Number 6, please read.
Living thing can cause harm to other living thing.
Okay, so some animals like aphids, you know aphids, it's like an insect, a tiny insect that gets nutrient from the plant. And then that plant, if the aphid goes there, it will get the nutrients, everything, the water, the food, and then after that, that plant will die. Just like this picture. Okay. Soon, this tree will die. Okay, where do living things seek shelter and protection? So shelter, what is shelter? It is the safe place for living things to grow and reproduce. Shelter protects or shield animals from predators and bad weather. And then animals depend on other environment for shelter. So what are the predators? It has 4 here. These are the main predators in our environment. So what are those? We have the killer whale, the tiger, great white shark, and lion. They are the top of the food chain. And then the prey is the animal or organism which the predator eats. The food of the predator. We have the octopus, deer, stingray, and zebra. Okay. Do you know any animals that has prey and predator relationship?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
Snake.
Again.
Snake.
Snake and what?
Snake.
What is the food of snake?
Rat.
Hyena.
Okay, snake and rat. So snake is the predator and then rat is the prey. Very good. Next.
Hyena and sheep.
Hyena and sheep. Very good. Which one is the predator?
Hyena.
And then the prey?
Sheep.
Okay, how about the others? Can you give me examples?
Lion and deer.
Lion and deer. Very good. Another.
Hyena and zebra.
Very good. What else? How about the wolf? The wolf eats what? Wolf eats.
Wolf is sheep.
Yes, it can be sheep. What else? It can be rabbit. Okay. Next, some animals seek shelter and protection under the ground. We have the rabbit, snake, earthworms, and moles. What do you call what's that? The shelter of these animals. What is the name of the shelter of these animals?
Burrows.
Okay, that is the burrows. They dig under the ground so that they can have their shelter, while to protect them from the other animals. Just like the rabbit dig under the ground so that they can be safe from the other animals like wolves, lions, the rabbit, snakes. Okay. Next, trees provide shelter to animals like koalas, owl, monkeys, and squirrel. So they live on top of the tree. Classification of animals based on what they eat. So it has 3 classifications. What are those? We have
Herbivores.
Herbivores. Carnivores. Omnivores.
okay, what is herbivores?
Eat only
Eat
plants.
plants only.
Only.
Carnivores,
Eat meat only.
Eat meat. Animal.
omnivores,
Eat
meat
both
Plant
meat
and meat.
plants.
okay,
Plant.
plants and meat. Okay, herbivores are animals that eat only plants. You have the sheep, rabbit, elephant, and panda. Can you give me another type of animals which is herbivores?
Cow.
Cow, what else?
Buffalo.
Buffalo,
Giraffe.
giraffe,
Horse.
horse, what else?
Goat.
Goat, very good. Next, carnivores are animals that eat only other animals. We have the lion, leopard, dolphin, and polar bear. Can you give me another example of carnivores?
Great white shark.
Great white shark,
Tiger.
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 Killer whale.
Whale, what else?
Eagle.
Eagle,
Snake.
snake,
Oh.
huh?
Oh.
What?
Owl.
Owl, okay. Omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals, like rat,
Parrot.
boar, monkey,
and rock.
turtle. Can you give me another example?
Cat and
Cat,
rock.
Cat.
dog,
Parrot.
huh? What's that? What else?
Bird.
Birds. Yes, maybe.
Chicken.
Chicken, correct.
Cat.
Cat. Next, what is a food chain? After that, we'll go to the food chain. So food chain is a linear network of links of food in web, starting from the producer organisms and ending at apex predator species, detrivores or decomposers species consumers or the consumers. Okay, so producers, these are the plants. Always remember, producers are the plants, while the consumers are the animals. Okay, and then it is a system where a small animal is the food for a larger animal, which in turn is the food for an even larger animal. Like the grass is eaten by the what?
Grasshopper.
Okay, the grasshopper. Okay, and then after that, grasshopper is small, right? So the grasshopper will be the food of a larger animal, which is what? Grasshopper is eaten by the
Grass.
grasshopper is eaten by the
Mouse.
grass.
Mouse.
Okay, the mouse or the what's that? The rat. And then the rat is eaten by the another larger animal. What is that?
Snake.
Can be snake. And then snake can be the food or yeah, the food of a larger animal. What is that? No internet. No internet. We can sleep. Snake can be eaten by what?
Eagle.
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 Eagle or owl. So food chain shows how the organisms are related with each other by the food that they eat. So we can use food chain to show what living things in an environment feed on. A food chain also shows how energy is transferred from one living thing to another. Just like this. So the arrow, this arrow means in a food chain, eaten by. Okay. So here in this picture, it has the flower is eaten by the caterpillar. The caterpillar is eaten by the frog. The frog is eaten by the snake, and then the snake is eaten by the owl. Get it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So producers, what are the producers? These are the grass or the plants. So also known as autotrophs. What is autotrophs? Autotrophs are the plants that can make their own food. So make their own food, they make up the first level of every food chain. Always the number one. Number one in the food chain. always at the bottom. Okay, like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So they are usually plants or one-celled organisms. So consumers are the animals of an ecological food that consumes other organisms. So you and I, we the people, the animals are a major part of a food chain because we consume what? We consume both plants and animals to produce energy in our bodies. If we don't eat, hello? Yes, yes, yo. No internet.
เน็ตหลุดมาประมาณรอบที่แล้วแต่
Internet, no internet. Let's sleep now. Let's sleep now. Let's play in front of the camera.
finish class เถอะ
Okay, okay. Sorry for the interruption again. Can you still see my slide? Oh. It's my internet. Connected. See, my internet is faster than the internet of the school. Okay. So like humans, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So like humans and other animals are the main consumers because we can eat both plants and animals. So in this picture, it has the grass, which is the producer, and the grasshopper, which is the primary consumer. So the grass is eaten by the grasshopper. So it has 4 categories of consumer. We have the primary consumers. If you say primary consumers, these are the first one who will eat the producers. So they are also called herbivores. They eat plants only. They don't eat animals. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Secondary consumers, these are the organisms eat the primary consumers. There are 2 types of carnivores. It can be there are 2 types of secondary consumer. It can be carnivores or the omnivores. So just like this rat, it can be what? It can be what? Eat the producer, the grass, or it can eat the consumer, the grasshopper. And then the tertiary, they eat secondary consumers, sometimes both secondary and primary consumers. They are also known as it can be apex predator. And the tertiary consumers are carnivores only. Carnivores, they don't eat grass or they don't eat plants. And lastly, the apex predator. Apex predator, known as an alpha predator or the top predator. It is at the top of the food chain without natural predators. So no one will eat them. Are you done writing on the screen? Next. Lastly, To complete the food chain, it has the decomposers, like fungi and bacteria or the mushrooms. They turn organic waste such as decaying plants into organic materials such as nutrient-rich soil. So they will turn the soil into a nutritious soil. Decomposers complete the cycle of life, returning nutrients to the soil or oceans for use by autotrophs. So this starts a whole new food chain. I will show you the picture here. So it starts from the producers, goes to the primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, final consumer or the apex predator, and then the decomposer. All right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so remember, these decomposers can decompose the primary consumer, the secondary consumer, the tertiary, or this one. Everything in the food chain can be decomposed by the decomposers. So watch this.
Whoa! I'm no insect, Mr. Frog. Let me go! Hey there! What a lovely morning, isn't it? Well, it indeed is for me. I just got saved. Oops, this reminds me that I got to tell you about the food chain in our ecosystem. Zoom in! A food chain describes how different organisms eat each other for survival. The chain usually starts with a plant and ends with an animal. Just like how you saw the plant being eaten by a caterpillar and how it ended up in the frog's stomach. The food chain comprises of the producers, consumers, and decomposers. Plants are producers. They absorb sunlight, which is readily available, water, and other nutrients from the soil, and produce their food through a process called photosynthesis. Plants are the only living being which creates new energy for the other living beings. Consumers. Animals are consumers. This is because they don't produce energy. They just use it up. Animals that eat plants are called primary consumers or herbivores. Animals that eat other animals are called secondary consumers or carnivores. If a carnivore eats another carnivore, it is called a tertiary consumer. Some animals play both roles, eating both plants and animals. They are called omnivores. Decomposers. Bacteria and fungi are decomposers. They are also called detrivores. They eat decaying matter, that is dead plants and animals, and in the process, they break them down and decompose them. When that happens, they release nutrients and mineral salts back into the soil, which then is used by the plants. Trivia time! Humans are at the end of the food chain. They eat both plants and animals that have consumed other forms of energy. A food web is a natural interconnection of different food chains. So, this is me zooming out. Tune in next time for some more fun facts.
Okay. So this is the system of the food web. A system of interlocking and interdependent food chains. So natural interconnection of food chains and a graphical representation of what it's what. In an ecological community, Another name of food web is a consumer resource system. So if you look at this picture, it has how many food chains in it? How many food chains can you see in a food web?
3.
3 only, are you sure?
9.
9, let's count. So we have the grass, rabbit, fox. That is 1. Grass, rabbit, hawk. 2. Grass, mouse, fox. 3. Grass, mouse, hawk. 4. Grass, mouse, owl. 5. Grass, grasshopper, frog, owl. 6. Grass, grasshopper, frog, snake, hawk. 7. Grass, grasshopper, bird, snake, hawk. How many?
9.
8. 8 only.
แพ้แม่บุ๊ก
Yes.
สหายคือดีนี้ค่ะเรื่องที่ 3
ที่สามทำอะไร Mon, Chanatip, Mon, are you finished writing?
Yeah, teacher.
Huh? Are you finished writing this? You can write more if you want. Okay. So here, let's answer this. Grass, grasshopper, frog, owl, rat, rabbit, eagle, and then snake. What's the first one here?
grass grasshopper frog owl
Okay. Next.
grass rat
Let's
and
snake.
snake
Okay. Next. Grass,
rat
Last. Snake.
snake
snake or owl?
owl
Owl first.
Owl.
Then grass, rat,
Last.
snake.
Snake.
Grass, rat,
Last. Snake.
so
grass, rabbit,
rabbit snake
Snake.
eagle
Eagle.
grass, rabbit,
Good.
eagle.
Eagle.
Understand? Do you understand?
yes
Yes.
Yes.
Same food web in the aquatic environment. Okay. And then for the grassland. What is grassland? Like the safari. Okay, so that's it. And on Tuesday, we will have to answer the word wall. Okay? So you can get the answers by reading the chapter 1. Understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
yes
Yes.
Yes.
Please review the chapter 1 so that when I give you the word wall, I will give you the link. You can answer it easily. Okay? Because I want you to get perfect. All right? Is that all right with you? Is that fine with you? Yes or no? Not fine?
Five.
You don't, example, I give you 10 items. You don't like to get 10? Huh? Do you like to get 10 or not?
Like.
Okay, like. So you read chapter 1. Understand?
okay
Yes.
Okay, so good luck on Tuesday. I will just give you the link. And then after that, you will answer it by yourselves. And then after we take the test, We will review if you got the correct answers or your scores. Okay, why are you laughing? What's your name, Pear? Why?
No problem,
Why are
teacher.
you laughing? Is there anything laughable about? Why are you laughing?
No, teacher.
Maybe you can share it to us. Okay, so turn on your cameras and then we will have a picture. Turn on your cameras, turn it on, turn on, turn on. Turn on and show me your big smile. Take off your mask. Big smile, big smile, big smile. Okay. See you and stay safe.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye,
teacher.
Bye bye, teacher. Bye.
Bye, teacher.